For genealogists researching Black American families, the year 1870 represents a massive barrier. Before this date, the census largely excluded enslaved people by name, causing millions of family trees to hit a sudden, absolute wall. In one family's oral history, a specific story survived that barrier. The descendants knew they came from a free Black man named Solomon Butler and an unnamed enslaved woman. But this legacy contained a hole. Solomon's identity persisted through the generations, while the mother of his children was entirely erased from the family account. The answer lies in how the United States designed its public records. The legal apparatus of the 19th century intentionally built archives to obscure the identities of enslaved people. To see how this erasure worked in practice, we have to examine the 1850 census for the William Allmond farm in Isle of Wight, Virginia. This is the 1850 schedule for free inhabitants. At the bottom of the page, Solomon Butler is explicitly documented. The state recorded him as a 23-year-old free man working on the property as a laborer. But to find his partner, you have to turn to a separate, entirely different ledger meant strictly for human property. This is the 1850 slave schedule for that same farm. Here, Charlotte is stripped of her name. She exists only as a tally mark under William Allmond's ownership, categorized as a 25-year-old Negro woman. The law demanded that Solomon, as a free man, possess a historical presence with a recognized age and occupation. That same legal framework required his partner to remain a ghost. The state forced a family living under the exact same roof to exist across a vast legal abyss. The timeline moves forward to 1854, marking the death of the enslaver, William Allmond. This is William Allmond's handwritten probate will. For the first time in the public record, Charlotte appears by name, not as a citizen, but as an item in a property list. Her name is listed alongside inanimate household goods, like kitchen utensils, chairs, and feather beds. The document also dictates how her children, Sam, Hester, and Salina, are to be distributed to different heirs. In the eyes of the law, they were currency to be settled among the estate. Through the mechanism of commodification, this family's lineage was recorded entirely as a property inventory, engineered to secure the wealth of their captors. This system of generational theft continued a few years later with the birth of Charlotte's younger sons, Anthony and Moses. This is the Virginia Slave Birth Index for Anthony. Although his father was legally free, the register identifies William Allmond as Anthony's owner, categorizing the child as property from the moment of his birth. This was the result of a 1662 Virginia law, known as Partus Sequitur Ventrum. It decreed that a child's legal status followed the condition of the mother, officially severing any legal link to a free father. By 1860, this legal wedge became a physical one. Solomon had moved away from the farm and was living in a free Black community. Charlotte and the children could not follow him. They remained trapped as the legal property of William's widow, Susan Allmond. The law weaponized motherhood, ensuring perpetual enslavement for the next generation while fracturing the family unit. The Civil War ended the institution of slavery, and by 1870, federal enumerators began a census that recognized the formerly enslaved as people. This is the 1870 census. For the first time, Charlotte appears by name, officially recognized as the head of her own household. Despite the probate records that attempted to distribute them as property, she is living with her children, Anthony, Linny, Moses, and Sam. This survival points toward a long-delayed reunion, a moment where Solomon and Charlotte could finally build the life they were denied for decades. But the records reveal a different outcome. This 1866 register of marriages shows that Solomon Butler had married another woman. By 1874, Charlotte had also married someone else. The original family unit was never restored. Slavery was not just a theft of labor. It was a systemic legal mechanism designed to destroy families. Emancipation granted freedom, but it could not magically undo decades of forced separation, leaving permanent fractures that echo through the archives today.